Guys, so I am out here. Last time we talked about cold calls. That video got more views than I expected. And I think what could be interesting for you today, I'm not 100% sure. I think as long as I engage my vocal cords, then I'm fine. It's about being fine, that's the goal. Let's say you're doing your cold calls. You're already someone that started. You're no longer the absolute newbie, right? You had the balls to actually do a dial and talk to someone, right? What are the next steps? There's a lot of things I think being just present throughout your sales meetings, and having the right energy, that's how you get a result. That's how you get a result, not just now, but also in the long term. If you are picking up the phone, but you're not doing it with the right energy, you're not going to get the right result, right? So, what does that mean? For me, it means not taking everything as a practice and taking something as if it's real and it's a result that you want. I think that's the right mindset to have. Because practice doesn't close. Only the real thing closes. Only if you really want the result, you close. So I was thinking about this earlier, about how can I phrase this? Because if you've been in sales or you're studying communication, you've probably heard of this concept called neediness, right? Don't be needy, because it's pushing people off. And I think there's a lot of nuance to understand there. Because the concept is definitely true, but you need to understand the nuance. You need to understand what it does mean and what it doesn't mean, because a lot of people get this wrong. So, what is bad about being needy? Really, the main thing that's bad about that, it's that you care too much about yourself and you don't care enough about the external. I think really that's what it comes down to. And that's what you need to keep in mind. That's the essence to take from that. But what it doesn't mean is it doesn't mean that you shouldn't want the result, that you shouldn't go after the result. Sluggishness is not a good trait, and it's not ever leaving a good impression. So when people talk about detaching from the sale, you need to understand the nuance there. And also a lot of people get this wrong, because what you need to detach from is detaching from your own needs in order to get the other person's needs met. That's what good detachment looks like. Now, the type of detachment that you should not do is stop caring about the outcome. Because you should care. If you don't care about the outcome, you're not going to get the sale, you're not going to get the deal, you're not going to close them, right? Imagine this. You are someone and you're in the sales meeting with your prospects, and you're like, well, hey, I don't care about this. I don't need this. I don't care whatever happens. It's just whatever. That's not going to leave a good impression, right? What's going to leave a good impression is you caring as much as possible about both your needs and the needs of your prospects. And there's no such thing as being too needy there, right? But understand the nuance, understand what I'm saying, right? Don't think about, oh, needy this, needy that. Understand what I'm saying, guys. I'm saying you should care as much as possible about both yourself and the prospect. And that's what's going to get you to the sale, right? So stop thinking about detachment. Detachment is only a good thing if you're being too selfish. If you're being too anxious about, oh, I need this result or otherwise I'm not going to be fine. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing because you might actually need that. But the only place where it starts becoming a bad thing is when you don't care about the other person, right? So that's what I'm saying, guys. So guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that's valuable, right? And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.